Yeah, let's test it, because I want to see if she can hear me.
Can you say something so we can hear you through the speakers?
Sure, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me? Pam, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dana, yes.
Okay, so it'll be delayed. I just got to remember to look up at you. If you're trying to get if you're trying to get attention, you'll just need to raise your hand, because
Okay.
usually Kim can see it and then lets me know. This is all new to us, but we've done it 3 times, I think.
Okay, sorry.
No, it happens. I mean, after COVID, there was cities where some Board of Aldermen continued to do that way after COVID because they didn't feel comfortable returning. So, yeah.
It's my first time having it in all this time. So
Oh,
it
really?
came out of nowhere. Yeah.
Oh, you poor thing. Are you going to try to put a mask on and go vote tomorrow?
You know, I want to, but I don't feel comfortable doing that to others.
No.
You know?
Yeah. Send hubby to vote for yourself.
It's very strange to not go vote.
Yeah. It's just me. If it's just you and I, then we have to call the meeting.
I hear the door opening.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as loud.
I want to say something's been reset here. I think Rob's going to come back and reset all this audio.
Hey,
I can hear her, but not,
It's on the crack seal today. Pretty slick.
did they get to you guys today?
Yeah.
there's nothing up there that's
I thought
on
Corey
mute,
told me they were gonna be
right?
over on Robinson. Well, he said they were finished.
That
up
just
Robinson
says
Road. Or not
screen
Robinson, but, on the east side of town.
Oh, I see.
Salem?
No,
Maybe
what's-
when
what's
they
on the far end
redid
there?
some stuff, they,
It's not Robinson.
we
Royal.
always have a list
Royal.
for them.
Yeah.
They were finishing up Royal, and then they were heading over. Okay, good.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Then, yeah, the new one puts on a nice thick. I mean, they did the old one up here a couple of years ago. It was real thin, and this is nice thick.
That was pretty slick. Of course, you know, I knew how it worked, but like until you see it, like I heard noise, so I was looking out the window because I was working at home. Until you actually see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that guy's got to walk the whole.
Maybe I should do that.
And then it's like that's a
Yeah.
Test. See how I can see it spike right there?
I was like, that must be a seniority who gets to drive the
So
truck.
that should be number 9, so then I
Who
go
gets
to
to walk and.
Yeah, I don't know who's out there doing. I didn't get a chance to get out today.
And then, like, if you tap yours, I
Good.
think all these are
Yeah,
set on number
you can
9.
see the steam coming out, and it probably hardens up.
So
quick.
they're all set on 9.
It was pretty slick.
So you can just turn that number 9.
So 9's maxed all the way up right now, they've done here. But it's not, I don't know, when she talks, that's all I saw coming through was 9,
Probably not.
when Pam was
Did you come
talking.
in that way?
I came in up
That's
there.
all I
I had
think.
me-
Oh, probably not. I'd say that was
Yeah.
the first one that came through.
And
that
normally it's
Oh,
coming
yeah,
through
no,
the
I
TV.
came in through the front because we had a meeting at 5:30.
I'm not seeing another
Hi, Chris.
spike.
How's your mom? Is she? She's still in the hospital?
No,
You did?
So that's how, like,
Going on?
one of the microphones making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
I hit
Well,
the
she kept
meters and
going
I
in
could
and out of
see,
the hospital though, right?
yeah, she has
9.
diabetes problems and managing it.
because
Otherwise,
I'm
she's
talking,
fine.
9's,
Yeah.
She dropped real low twice in the last 2 months, and the last time they said she couldn't survive.
Really?
So we're like, okay, we gotta be somewhere where they can monitor it. Or we just have to look at it. Anyway, she's 80, she'll be 85 in June.
Yeah.
She said, I'm not eating, I don't want to eat, nothing sounds good. So now she eats well, but
Yeah.
it's just a little place. And
Yeah. Because they prepare it and bring it to her. and-
they used to go to the dining room.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
Well, it might be good for her. if she
Yeah,
was
but
living
she's
alone.
still, you know,
Still, yeah.
she's been in her house since I was a kid. So
Oh, really? The same house?
Fix the
Yeah.
wire. They came out,
Well, I was
they
probably
came and fixed
3 or
that
something when I
wire.
moved in there.
And
Wow.
I wonder if it did.
63.
Yeah.
So
I was
60.
just telling Scott that
Pretty
microphones
much.
Yeah.
But thanks for asking.
I can
Oh,
hear the
yeah.
board
Well, I've missed
really
you.
well.
I mean,
can't
I
hear
knew
what
you
you're
were
saying.
dealing
And it's
with
been
her.
like the last
Yeah.
2
In and
days,
out, but-
and
Lots
it's
of-
just occurred.
Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Remember that
Yeah.
wire where he had to
John
change the
covered
end
for you.
off of it?
Yeah, he said he got to hear the extended fireworks discussion.
Yes. Yes,
What else did he
26
tell me?
minutes. That was the longest discussion on anything.
When they switched off the plug, they had to unplug it to.
It's on.
the internet, and they just-
Something Tom did up
Yeah, there
I didn't
for a
know,
long
I just
time,
added a
we've never
device.
had a discussion that long.
This is one of those things where you have to put the right input in there, you know, the one, input one, whatever.
He should feel the pain like some of us have for many years.
Thanks a
Jim
lot.
knows, not with you guys, I just mean in general for his
Yeah.
career.
Well, he had
You guys
he had 2 closed sessions with us, I think, when you were on, or 1. I know he had 1, yeah.
I've got a whole slew of things to work.
In the old days, it was
Captain Harris
nasty.
will grow.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that.
It's
Going down to council
reasonable
tonight.
now, but there are other places where it's not.
Oh,
So
I bet.
it's a good experience for him.
Yeah, that is.
The moms
Yeah.
and
He
grandma
did
are
good.
gonna fly down.
He did good.
The boys
Yeah.
are
Oh,
gonna
good.
take the expedition
It
down
was,
with all
it was good to have him, but I
the
knew you were
stuff that we
I knew you
need
were
so that we
doing
can
the-
stop on
Yeah.
trying to figure out what to do with her.
on the way down.
I mean, she was in and out, what, 3, 4 times?
Yay, yay. So excited.
I am. There's a Buc-ee's right there in Houston, right on the way. Finally see what it's all
Called
about.
me. She was like, I need help.
How are ya?
I talked to her an hour before.
You know, folks are
The
home.
day I was gonna go to the Richmond
How long they gonna
meeting,
stay?
I was going to dinner with her.
Yeah.
Oh, they're home
And
for summer.
so should I talk to her afterwards? I think she just.
Or whenever it comes.
It goes out, I'll take it. I'll let you know.
Yeah, why is she calling you this
Which
quick?
is fine, but, you know, usually she calls her neighbors. And I was like, okay, I'll call her.
I think I might need to mow my yard.
Then I called the neighbor and she ran. That didn't happen.
I was gonna rake all my leaves last weekend, but the wind took care of it. Oh, I'm sure it would pass my neighbors and right actually down next subdivision. Did you hear that we lost, you know that, our salt dome up there, the canvas tent? That framed completely, like right before I got here, it got destroyed. Yeah. It happened like right when I first got here, it had been destroyed, so.
You're like back to one,
Yeah.
doesn't remember her.
No, he's feeling frisky, ready to go.
She's like, I don't, but she said this time, she's like, I can't. go back."
I saw some of the pipe over here on 27th Street that Cat had put down. It got rolled down there. I was walking and it blew the glasses off my head and pushed them across the ground. I was like, what the
Two
hell?
younger
I never had
brothers, one lives
So we got to figure out something different than that thing, that canvas, aluminum.
because she's outside of Richmond.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to build something, but wooden structure, maybe slope it away, you know, so the winds that come off that farm field will just blow right up, you know.
Plus, they got
In Richmond.
But you know what? It actually got destroyed. I watched the video. It got destroyed from the front versus. I thought the back would have like pushed it over because we have it sealed off.
Is it?
But I watched the videos and the front flaps started flapping and just destroyed it from there.
The city did some incentives to get them in there. They studied the market, there's a group out of St. Louis, they studied the market. They're like, well, you need a nicer place like this. It was very interesting. They said otherwise, what happens is the wealth of
So
the
that's like
community
just on
will
the
leave
side,
and the
so it's
other
like-
folks who don't have any kind of money.
Yeah.
They start rich.
So today's your last. Are you leaving tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow.
High school friends.
I'm gonna
they
take
just
part of
moved
next week
away
off.
to live
But yeah.
To a place like that because
Son's on his way to
it wasn't a nice
vacation right
place.
now, so he's
Is it city owned?
No,
Okay.
it was private, but I think the hospital and nursing, they have a district that's county level. I think they bought it, or one of the companies bought it, but they still operate it just like it was before.
Yeah.
My daughter's having her baby shower this Saturday, next Saturday. My daughter's coming in this Saturday, and her husband, and then her in-laws are coming in
The city
Wednesday.
administrator too.
So I'm gonna take Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off so I can kind of hang out with them.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
Oh, that's nice.
We had an M&O,
Nothing I did.
Good to hear.
but it's not, you know,
No, I know.
and for us,
Yeah.
we're back to get stuff. Life,
Are you just gonna let it set for right now?
yeah, we don't want to upset her
No,
too much.
no, just in case. I got one?
What's Pat wants?
Okay.
I know.
She already tell you how it runs, just think,
Really?
I'll say your name.
What did you do before?
Yeah, I didn't wanna yell your name and then not introduce you. Thank you, thanks for being here.
Oh, really?
Always. Looking great.
Good, how are
You
you?
can customize that.
Good, yeah. So did you look at one of the?
Yeah, we looked at two. Yeah,
Which
well,
one floor plan?
well, the model is like weird. It's a two-story on a
I don't
slab.
like that one,
Yeah.
that's the one I hate,
Yeah, but they have it marketed to actually, they're trying to move models, I guess. So,
Yeah.
and then the ranch, it was a ranch.
Yeah, I might go
That's
out,
like, it's
Artie
framed.
Mize to
Yeah.
So,
Buck
they
guitars
really
in the
liked it.
cold
They
run.
might do it. I mean, yeah.
You live in
I mean, it's
North Lakewood, North
all
Lakewood.
kinds of age groups.
Yeah, it's young
Yeah,
family.
actually, that used to come here. I used to go down Lakewood
6 to
Boulevard, go
probably
straight,
14.
go through
But,
Summer school
Blue
district.
Springs Lake and go across Blue Springs. And then
Yeah,
right on
but
the
then we
40
went and
highway.
looked,
That was so peaceful,
no,
especially in
here.
the spring whenever,
At
or
North
the
Creek
lake was different, Texas Steve come
You
off.
could just get a little bit more house here for the money,
Haven't done that so much
so,
lately.
I don't know, I would be surprised if people do that, just because they're not really, they're out of state.
That's a
they don't
good
have
route to
strong,
go.
like, partial, they're not partially summit or anything, so, I don't know, we'll see, but it's a long day. We looked at like 7 houses.
Quite a few that work at Whiteman.
Oh, okay, because it's right on 50, yeah, yeah, huh,
Which that makes sense.
yeah.
And then lots of people that work in Summerlin there.
Oh, yeah.
And then since they put that price talk on right there.
Right,
Is that Todd George?
yeah,
You know.
so nice, yeah, it's a nice area.
Wired home stuff.
Not the youngest Alderman.
And one of the things I have,
Oh.
we have a
We
garage
never said
refrigerator
that.
that keeps
We
like
said
me and my wife's
Grove.
insulin. And
Yeah, for
and I, one time
Who's-
I
Oh,
was
who is-
power,
who
so
was
put
it?
temperature probes in there.
I think he said
And like
it's
2
either,
a.m.
I
the
think
other
it's
night, I got
the
the temperature probe was hot.
it's one
And
of
I
the
looked
other.
at both the freezer and the fridge. I think
Was
it's 31
Denton
years
an
old,
Alderman?
so it's an old refrigerator.
He says he was
So it was like at 2 in the morning, taking stuff out of there for my insulin
Oh.
and putting it in the fridge. And
What
I didn't get a heart. And then I kept buzzing.
I
all,
thought
I didn't
Denton
hardly
was
sleep
on the
Saturday
planning and
night.
zoning.
So I'm still playing catch up.
I'm working.
And I'm so
What, did
good
he
at
go
it.
back and
We
watch,
pulled everything out of
watch
the
one
freezer
of
and
our
just
meetings
very,
on
like drinks
YouTube
only in
to
the
call
fridge.
you and prove you
And
wrong?
the fridge is set like at 40 degrees and the freezer.
I was just going off what I was told, I didn't fact check it. Yeah, okay, thank you.
I didn't know
I'll be
you did that
prepared
part.
for the pitchforks and,
It's my fault, like,
Yeah.
I said
The
it.
email I got from the focus office said, he is not mad or offended.
oh, okay, great.
Well,
We love it.
we fact checked it, so
Back
our,
to 1980.
our
Yeah,
facts are
I was-
wrong.
It's like a,
Very not.
Sorry, Rachel.
okay.
She can blame it on me.
The only thing I don't
That's
like
funny.
it talks to that, it's, there's like the device that's external, and it's got a wire that comes into the door, so you got exposed wire, and then there's a hub that talks to. So I got my freezer. I got one in the garage and one in the basement, so the
No,
hub
it
has
was,
to be
it was
kinda
a
strategically
non-angry
located
fact
to
check, which I am here
receive
for. I
signal
love
from
a
both.
non-angry fact check.
Had
Yeah.
a signal falling out for a while,
It's
but
funny you got the
I
call.
think
Yeah.
one of those cameras, you could see what was in the freezer. Would be kinda cool.
Oh, hey Kelly, I didn't see you slipping in there. Oh, well,
Okay.
yeah, first time she's had it.
I still have yet to have it.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Some
At least
pumps,
test
water
pumps,
sensors
I'm
for
sure
this
I have.
thing over here, so
Yeah.
we get flooded again. I haven't installed it. I got a camera in there too.
Yeah.
That's very normal.
My sister said that this summer is worse than the 2020 version.
Okay, whose
So,
phone's
yeah,
by the?
Didn't for you? No.
But that was the first time.
Oh.
Maybe that matters.
I do not.
It's that quiet moment. As we all stare at the clock.
I brought my gummy bears again.
Oh, that's all you have left?
It was practically full.
Yeah.
You don't have much there, unless you filled that bag.
Good evening. We do have a member of the Minister Alliance here with us this evening. Katie, would you please come up to the microphone?
Pray with me, I guess. Lord, we just thank you for allowing us to live in the city of Oak Grove, and I pray that you will bless the proceedings as we move into this meeting, that you will give each person that speaks wisdom and just have your hand in this, that we will glorify you in everything that we do. In your name I pray. Amen.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America.
and to the republic
For which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sure. Katie, Our board does not know you. Would you please come back to the microphone? So I know who Katie is, but I know who she is, but I actually met her in person tonight. This is Katie Jackman. She goes to First Baptist Church, and she is part of the Ministerial Alliance. So she will be on the rotation to come and do prayer for us before the meetings. Thank you for being here, Katie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you all.
Yeah,
for
it's your
having me.
formal introduction to them. They have their names here, so call them,
Be a test later.
call them with all your concerns.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for being here, Katie.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Good evening. I call the April 3rd, 2023 Board of Alderman meeting to order. City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Kelly Netto,
Here.
Tracy Newcomer,
Here.
Rachel Kilmer,
Here.
Jeremy Taylor,
Here?
Jim Shrout,
Here.
Pam Pope,
Here.
and Mayor Dana Webb.
Here, thank you. The next item on the agenda is new business, deletions, or continuances. We do not have any of those tonight, so we will move on to public comments. Citizens are allowed to comment on items that are not on the agenda and would take up to 2 minutes. Tonight, we have Pat Costigan. Would you please come forward? It says brief.
It is.
Okay.
Nah, not for me.
Just kidding.
I'm just here today because I haven't been here in quite a while, and I want to tell you a little bit more about what the Historical Society is doing for your town, our town. And we've gone through 2 years of pretty bad attendance by everything, but it's really starting to pick back up. You may have seen the picture of Pete Royer and up giving a talk about the Royer family and history and so on. We had a really good turnout for that, and I expect more of those to come as time goes. We had some problems, we thought, several years or twice in the back. We partnered now with the Chamber of Commerce. And at first, there were several people that were pretty mad about it, but I think now they can see that the combination of the two will really help each of us. And so we are really getting to get to know Shayla and her group, and Tracy was there for some. And so we're just wanting to let you know some of the things we're doing. I've been recently partnering with a couple, 2 or 3 people that we're going to put together a media room. And for what that's worth is what we're going to do is get, as Jim will probably know, I know, you guys, the rest of you guys probably know, you wish you had talked to your parents and talked to them and got different things down on tape, either on tape or on video. And so what we're going to do is offer that our convenience, at your convenience, for you to come in and talk about that. We're also going to, besides being people, we're going to talk to the businesses in town, like Tracy or any of the others that are here, so that when the chamber gets a call and says, hey, what do you have to offer us, we can say, well, here's 10 or 15 businesses that have moved into town in the last 10 years, and you guys can make up your own mind as what you like, whether you like it or not, whether it thinks it'd be good. So that's something that Shayla and I have kind of talked about together, and we just have several different things working right now. We've got the media room, which is in what we call the business room and the people room. And then 2 weeks ago, we talked with Mindy Hampton, and she thought it would be a good idea to bring her staff up. And we had a great meeting with her and their staff, and I think we got a lot of good comments there from them. And then we also have basically a military room. And so if you have anything, if anybody has military people in the background and would like to share that experience, we're more than willing to put that into our room. We still plan on having a horse parade I got a note from Scott and Matt to expound on it a little bit, so I'm going to do that. And in August 12th is what we're planning on. And that's about all I have, except I hope to see all of you up at the Chocolate Hop. And I hope that most of you will come visit us so you can see what we're trying to provide for you. The COVID is over. We're ready to have people. So that's about all.
Thank you, Pat.
Any questions?
No, thank you for all the hard work you do in preserving the history of our town. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
there's
think it's a
several of
good-
us doing it.
I think it's a good fit with you being there with the chamber also, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. These items are considered on the consent agenda so that members of the Board of Aldermen, by unanimous consent, can designate routine items to be approved by one motion. Tonight, we have approval of the March 20th, 2023 Board of Aldermen meeting minutes and expenditures through March 30th, 2023.
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is unfinished business. We do not have any of that this evening, so we will move on to the first item of new business. The next item is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding an approval lease agreement between the City of Oak Grove and the Oak Grove Historical Society, and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. Matt?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So before the board is a renewal of the lease agreement between City of Oak Grove and the Oak Grove Historical Society at 1300 South Broadway for the north side of the building, first floor as well as the basement. The Oak Grove Historical Society has requested a 3-year lease renewal. The ordinance before the board tonight reflects that. The Board of Aldermen first leased the space to the Historical Society for a 6-month lease in October of 2020. That was subsequently renewed for 1-year terms in April of 2021 and April of 2022. So with that, I have to answer any questions the board may have. Other than the 3-year lease portion, the lease agreement is virtually the same. There are some adjustments to the museum hours that the Historical Society has asked for.
Thank you, Matt. Does the board have any questions for staff? I'm just looking for any type of a motion.
I make a motion, we approve the lease agreement between the city and the Oak Grove Historical Society.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the lease agreement between the City of Oak Grove and the Oak Grove Historical Society. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action approving a lease agreement between the City of Oak Grove and the Oak Grove Chamber of Commerce and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. Matt?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So this is a lease agreement for the same building at 1300 South Broadway, but for the south side. The Board of Aldermen first leased that section of the building to the Chamber of Commerce last year on April of 2022 for a 1-year term. The Chamber of Commerce has also requested a 3-year lease renewal, and the agreement before the board tonight reflects that change to be 3 years instead of 1. Other than that, there are no substantial changes to the lease agreement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the lease agreement with the chamber?
I have a motion and a second to approve the lease agreement with the City of Oak Grove and the Oak Grove Chamber. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. I need a delay for. The next item on the agenda is a public hearing regarding an application for a conditional use permit to operate a licensed lawn care business requested by Lone Oak Lawn Medic, applicant for the property located at 2000 South Broadway.
Yes,
Staff
thank you, Mayor.
report, please.
So Lone Oak Lawn Medics has applied for renewal of their conditional use permit located at 2000 South Broadway. The current conditional use permit was approved by the board for a 3-year term in February of 2020. It has expired, and so the applicant has requested a renewal. The Planning and Zoning Commission took up the item in their March meeting. They recommended approval of the conditional use permit. They did make one change, so instead of a 3-year term, they're recommending approval of a 5-year period. So this would, if approved, would grant the applicant a conditional use permit that would be good through when this gets approved, if approved for the ordinance, for 5 years, so 2028. In the prior 3 years, there have not been any issues, complaints, or violations related to this business that have come to city staff. City staff would recommend approval of the conditional use permit as recommended by the Planning Commission for those 5 years. So with that, I'm happy to answer questions the board may have related to the conditional use permit.
Thank you, Matt. Does the board have any questions for staff only? Nope. Members of the public who wish to testify regarding the conditional use permit for lawn care business requested by Lone Oak Medic, please come forward at this time, state your name, and direct questions to me. I now open the public hearing. If there are no comments from the public, I will close the public hearing. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action for Bill Number 23-14 regarding an ordinance approving a conditional use permit for Lone Oak Lawn Medic Stephen Richards, applicant for a lawn care business located at 2000 South Broadway, Oak Grove, Missouri.
I move for first and second reading by title only of Bill Number 23-14.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the first and second reading of the proposed ordinance of Bill Number 2314 by title only. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. City Clerk, would you please read the full title of the bill 2 times?
An ordinance approving a conditional use permit for Lone Oak Lawn Medics Stephen Richards, applicant for a lawn care business located at 2000 South Broadway, Oak Grove, Missouri. An ordinance approving a conditional use permit for Lone Oak Lawn Medics Stephen Richards, applicant for a lawn care business located at 2000 South Broadway, Oak Grove, Missouri.
I move for adoption of Bill Number 23-14.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the adoption of Bill Number 23-14 to an ordinance. Any discussion? If not, City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Kelly Netto,
Yes.
Tracy Newcomer,
Yes.
Rachel Kilmer,
Yes.
Jeremy Taylor,
Yes.
Jim Shrout,
Yes.
Pam Pope,
Yes.
The motion is approved, and Bill Number 23-14 becomes ordinance number 2073. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action for Bill Number 23-15 regarding an ordinance approving final plat of White Oaks Crossing, second plat, replat A, Section 28, Township 49, Range 29, Oak Grove, Jackson County, Missouri. Tom?
Thank you, Mayor. A little history on White Oaks. White Oaks, the first plat was originally platted in the year 2000. White Oaks' second plat, Lot 2, was platted in 2000 also. Both these plats were originally platted as single lots with the roads and utilities and easements. Then in 2006, the first plat was replatted and divided into 167 simple fee lots and sold off. The final plat for White Oaks' second plat, replat A, was submitted and approved by the Planning Commission on October 4th of 2022, and then this board approved it on October 17th of 2022. This was only for part of the original Lot 2. Our code, Section 405.425, Section G states, the subdivider must record the final plat within 60 days from the date of approval, or such plat is null and void. That plat was never filed with Jackson County. So here we are today. The engineer, in discussion with the engineer, a lot of cities don't allow plats to be filed until all the infrastructure is built, he was under this understanding that Oak Grove did the same, so that's why he neglected to file the plat. So the replat that's before you today, there's been a few modifications to it. On the original plat, lot 228 was like a area for the common area for the mail. This is now Tract E. And then one of the prospective builders looked at the plat, and one of the lots was kind of narrow and thin, so they combined two lots and moved a lot line, which is lots 196 and 197. So basically, what you're seeing here is what you saw back in October. The water, sewer, and storm infrastructure was constructed with the original first phase, and the construction plans for the roads have been approved and permitted. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Tom. Does the board have any questions for Tom?
What is Tract E intended for now, since that was the change?
Is that hold on a second.
It says POS, and it was one of the ones you said was a lot, and then they,
POS is private open space.
oh, okay.
I'm trying to figure out I can't hardly see it. Tract E, is that the one that's up on the north?
It's like by 226, yeah, and it's right at the intersection of Redwood and White Oaks Lane.
It's the real thin one. That's going to be
Yeah.
the mail area.
The mail area. Oh, it's like where the mailboxes are.
Tract
Okay.
E. Tract E will be where the mailboxes
Oh,
are.
okay, okay. Sorry, I missed that. That makes sense.
Any other questions for Tom?
I move for the first and second reading by title only of Bill number 23-15.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the first and second reading of the proposed ordinance of Bill number 2315 by title only. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. City Clerk, would you please read the full title of the bill 2 times?
An ordinance approving final plat, White Oaks Crossing, second plat, replat A, section 28, township 49, range 29, Oak Grove, Jackson County, Missouri. An ordinance approving final plat, White Oaks Crossing, second plat, replat A, section 28, township 49, range 29, Oak Grove, Jackson County, Missouri.
I move for adoption of Bill number 23-15.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the adoption of Bill number 2315 to an ordinance. Any discussion? If not, City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Kelly Netto,
Yes.
Tracy Newcomer,
Yes.
Rachel Kilmer,
Yes.
Jeremy Taylor,
Yes.
Jim Shrout,
Yes.
Pam Pope.
Yes.
The motion is approved, and the bill number 2315 becomes ordinance number 2074. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding a resolution authorizing the application for the 2023 Emergency Management Performance Grant with the State Emergency Management Agency. Mark?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is a 50% grant. The city puts up 50% or greater of the cost of the projected program, which is personnel, mobile phone, and some office supplies. And the budgeted amount for the grant would be between $16,000 and $17,000. That would be the state share. And that is contingent on how many other agencies are requesting funding and the funding level from FEMA for the year. So we don't know how much exactly it would be, but that's the plan for budgeting. This program priority is existing personnel, support of existing personnel, then support of new personnel, then all other expenses. So if you have any questions.
Thank you, Mark. Do we usually get it?
Yes.
Thought so.
I think we're in the 15th year.
15th year. Well done. Does the board have any questions for Mark?
That was going to be my question,
Oh.
but you took it.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I make a motion that we approve a resolution authorizing for the application of the 2023 Emergency Management Performance Grant.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the emergency management grant. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is information reports. We're going to change it up. We're going to start over here tonight. Scott?
Woo, throwing a curveball.
Yep, throwing a curveball.
Pickleball court has been installed, so the net's up,
Yeah.
the stripes are down, the fence will come later for a backstop, but people could play today. That's all.
Do you guys all know what he means by the fence? So if the ball goes, will you explain that?
Yeah, so
Thanks.
it's kind of like a
So like a
backstop, yeah. So it's at the end of each court, there's a fence to help keep the ball from rolling too far.
For people like me that play pickleball and it goes way on the other side.
About a week or two, that'll be up. If not sooner.
Thank you.
Very excited.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah. Kim?
No report.
All right. Tom?
Go party on. Yeah, a couple of things. Our paint striper that the board approved for this year's budget got delivered on Friday. So good news, we can start getting some new paint down in the city. The school flashers are to be delivered tomorrow. The old ones have already been pulled down. There'll be some assembly of the new flashers, and hopefully the base will fit the existing bases that are out there. If that's the case, we'll get them in pretty soon. If not, it might be till the end of next week, but we're going to get them up hopefully by the end of next week. The dump truck that you guys approved for repair, the last meeting, the only thing they're waiting on some new bolts for the turbo, and once they come in tomorrow. So once those come in tomorrow, hopefully we'll have the truck back and start pothole patching again. And our mill and overlay project is out for bid, and it will open bids on April 11th. So
Thank you.
that's all I got.
The school flashers, are you talking, are those the things when they cross the crosswalk area?
No,
or-
that's a mid-block crossing. These are the ones that flash that say school zone, that the one of them
Okay.
flashes all the time, and the other one doesn't flash at all, so.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
And then great improvement at 12th and Salem with them flashing on the
Oh,
stoplights.
yeah, on the set-up signs.
Lots of
Yeah.
positive calls.
Yeah.
Very well done, yes.
Right, and then we'll, we need to rent a thing to take off the old crosswalks. We'll put new crosswalks down at the mid-block and at Salem,
Yeah.
and get new striping along 12th Street also as part of that package.
Yeah,
So.
that's awesome.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tom. Chief?
The National Drug Take-Back Days are both in April and October, and so April 22nd will be the first one for this year.
Okay.
To get rid of unused medications. That will be Saturday, the 22nd, from 10 to 2, and here at the City Hall facility. And we're looking at maybe having one other location besides the drop boxes that are always available at the Davis Center and in our lobby.
Thank you, Chief. Mark?
Yes, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight risk for severe weather tomorrow. That's the same risk that we had the day of the tornado. To our east includes moderate risk, which is 2 levels higher. And the setup generally is somewhat similar to what we had Friday. So we can kind of expect a replay of Friday, except our risk is a little bit higher for severe weather.
Okay. You mean east like Odessa or further?
Further east, like far northeast Missouri,
Okay.
Iowa, and northwest Arkansas
Thank you.
have the moderate risk.
Hannah got nervous. Matt?
No report. Thank you, Mayor.
Chris? All right. Pam, do you have a report? I think it's delayed, isn't it?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. It's delaying. I can see your delay.
Just wanted to thank the Parks Department for the father-daughter, my granddaughter's son, and had a
Bummer.
Pam, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Pam?
yes.
All I got was you want to thank the Parks Department for the father-daughter dance. Was there anything else?
The audio's cutting out all of a sudden. I just wanted to say I appreciated it. My daughters were 10, and it was a wonderful time for them.
Thank you, Pam. Tracy?
No report.
Jeremy?
No report.
Jim?
No report.
Kelly?
Everybody get out and vote tomorrow. Other
Rachel?
than that,
No, no report.
My report would be that on April 29th, as you guys know, please sign up to volunteer for the Sound the Alarm event We're partnering with Red Cross and Sni Valley Fire Department. We need volunteers. We're going to canvass 650 homes in Oak Grove, and we need about 50 volunteers. So we've put it out to businesses, to the school district, and beyond, but need all of you guys too. So if you can be there, that would be great. That's all I have. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any discussion? We are adjourned.